Hello, and glad to see you. Today, we're going to be talking about one awesome way to increase your following. Now, of course, we know there are several ways out there that you can do that, but I believe in stacking the deck. Doing the best I can, making sure that I have, you know, everything that I think that will help me to be the best out there, that will attract those people to me who want what it is that I have, the people that I have a passion for. So I want to speak about things that concern them, things that make them happy, things that, give them, you know, uh, take away those feelings that we have of inadequacy, of we don't know what we're doing, of chasing family and friends and those types of things. So I like to take that out, if I can, as I talk about different things that I talk about on my page here, on my fan page, because I think it's important to be able to know and understand that you know there are just different ways of building, and some people prefer to build one way and some people prefer to build another way. Some people feel they would like to be better and more unobtrusive, whereas others are like ready to just go, anybody and everybody wants what it is that I want and what I have. And but not giving thought to what that person really needs, what that person has pains and struggles with, what that person is losing sleep at night over. It's important to think about them. So, what's in it for them? What's going to help them? What's going to have them turn around and listen to you over someone else? And I think that that has a lot to do with, well, I don't want to tell you. I want you to guess at it. I want you to think at it. I want you to be interactive with me. The comment box is open. And all you have to do is, if you're here with me live, you can drop in a comment. If you are catching us on the replay, you can drop in a comment, your questions, anything that would be pertinent to the subject that we're talking about today. And, if you want to go any deeper with that, you can always message me. If you don't, if you didn't quite understand what I was saying in the video and you're catching it on the replay, that's fine. And even if you did, but you're not quite catching it, saying, so what do you actually mean? But I want you to think about, what is one way that's really an awesome way to cause people to attract you. So while you're doing that, while you're thinking about that, I'm going to take a drink of water, and then I am going to introduce myself because my throat is again dry. And I've been drinking water. I just think it's because of some of the stuff that I'm going through right now, family and the loss of my brother. So I think it's just, some of that is just kind of, it keeps picking at me, trying to get me to stop doing what I'm doing, but I'm not going to stop. I'm still going to come and show up for you guys to give you information, and, uh, tips and strategies and a whole bit. But anyway, let me introduce myself because I'm doing part of my introduction. So, my name is Cherie Woodard, and I help business builders and entrepreneurs to be, I almost said the word I wasn't supposed to say. It almost slipped right out of my mouth, but it didn't. I caught it before it did. So, business builders and entrepreneurs to be able to come online and to use the power of social media to get prospects, leads, and sales in their business. And I do this in a variety of ways. I use attraction marketing. I use lead generation. I use video marketing, branding, as well as giving updated and modern strategies and tips, especially those that are, for the times that we're living in right now. We're going through something, and it's always good to be able to have the information that you're giving be able to fit in that space that we're in right now. Because most people are online, and there may be still a few out there, excuse me, there may be still a few people out, but I think most of us are online. We're, trying to keep us and our family, our friends, and other people safe by not getting in contact with the stuff we're walking through. So that is what I do. And I also will be leaving information on the video in the comment section when it's downloaded. And it will be a free training series that gives you a look at what it's like to be able to have people reaching out to you instead of you chasing and bugging them. I remember going through this training series, and it doesn't take a lot of time, and they have it spread out over a period of days, and you just, check it out, and you're like, oh, didn't know that, I mean, or at least that's the way it was for me. And I was very excited and happy about it, and I was like, all right, this is pretty cool. And of course, I have not turned and went back the other way at all since, because this is where I was supposed to be. And I'm very glad to be here. I love doing lives. But anyway, let me get to the subject at hand. I don't see anything in the chat. So even if you've guessed it and you don't have time to put it in the computer, I'm going to go on and give you the goods. So, and this is something that I'm still working on. But I'm so thankful that there are other things out there that can help me in my journey to continue to grow my knowledge base that will help those people that I want to help and others as well. Because, okay, let me go on and just tell you what it is. It's reading. It's reading books, articles, information that helps you to continue to learn about what it is that's important to you and those people that you want to serve. And when you're looking at things in that view and you want to learn what's best for them, what's helpful to them, what you can, I mean, and even in your research and your reading, when you're reading and because I'm always researching something. So I'm always reading and getting more knowledge and growing more confident in what it is that I'm saying as I continue to grow. I admit in the very beginning, and I was learning, it was a little bit tense, a little tense, because I'm a registered nurse, and I have been since 1982. So I've been talking to people and teaching other nurses for years. I've lost count of the number of nurses that I have, oriented, or, new nurses that come in that need to be, have a buddy, and I've been that buddy. So reading is something that I've learned more so here in this company. I did it before when I wanted to change myself, change my personality, be a better, positive, uplifting person instead of grouchy and not really wanting to talk to anybody. And so I started reading some books back then, and of which one was the Bible. Jonathan Livingston Seagull was the other one, as well as The Power of Positive Thinking. And then I started reading some other books, but it wasn't books to help me to help change myself to be a better person. So, um, but then I ended up stopping. Probably if I kept on the course that I was on, I'd still be reading, and I'd probably be getting through these books that I have a lot faster. I have a stack of books. Let's see. Yeah, it's bigger than right now what you can see on the screen, because I kept buying books because there were so many recommendations, and they were so, they sounded so good, and then I was like, okay, now you gotta sit down and read them though. You gotta read them. If you don't read them, what good are they doing you? So I finally broke down and got Audible. So for me, I am reading, but I am reading through Audible right now, and then I am also going to set a plan in place for myself. Probably depending on, everything that happens with my brother and my grieving and my family's grieving. But, I will set a time, make a plan, set a goal, and or set a goal, then make a plan, and then put that plan in action with times of when I'm going to do it. And I'm going to start to try to read at least a page a day or something like that. Or even if I need to start smaller, a paragraph a day. And I don't know, I might do better than I think, because I have been listening to Audible. And for those of you out there like me that have difficulty with that, you know, I was like, I mean, and there are other things out there besides those things, and you can research them and see what they are. But I just wanted to let you know that, and I know I've said this probably somewhere before, is that people are drawn to others who have knowledge. They're drawn to others who can speak on almost any topic. They're drawn to people who have invested in themselves. And you can see it, you can hear it from the way that they speak and what they speak about. It's not about, yeah, did you see her hair, or did you see his mouth, or nothing. It's not that kind of thing. It's where, oh, I read this awesome book the other day. I started reading it and I got pulled in. And that's how it was for me with Believe It, and by Jamie Lynn Kern. And I wanted to read that book, and and when they were talking about it, when I went through the program, I was just so excited to receive it. But I was like, so, but you gotta sit down and read it though, Cherie. How are you gonna do that? And I just took the quick way, which was I happened to see Audible, and I decided that I was going to take it and I was going to do that. So that's what I've been doing. And I finished Believe It, and I learned so much about never giving up, about it doesn't matter how you look, about, it's about the person that's inside. I learned a lot from the book, and I was able to then use that to help other people, to mention things that I, read in the book, and how, just because all of us aren't, whatever, I don't even know, like, maybe this might be the wrong thing to say, but because we all don't look like models, and we all don't have little, fine shapes and what have you, and really long, beautiful hair, and, it doesn't mean that we're not beautiful. It doesn't mean that we are not, to be a part of this society, that we are supposed to be able to bring in, information or helps to other people or whatever. And in that book, watching her go through time and time again all the things she went through, and then she actually reached where she was supposed to be, and she's doing great. She's sold her business for a really huge amount, and she still remains the chief operating officer. I think is what it's called. I may be wrong, but I know she's at the top of the of what people call pyramids. You know, there are pyramids throughout our lives as we go through jobs, as we go through schools. There are pyramids everywhere. But what makes them legal is they're actually doing something. They're actually teaching, or they're actually helping people, or, you know, such and such like that. So reading is the number one awesome way that I wanted you to be aware of, and how important it is, because people are drawn to people with knowledge. People are drawn to people that know what they're talking about. People are drawn to, you know, are attracted to people that, you know, they say something and then they think about it and then they decide they're going to try it, and it works out for them and they really like that. So, you know, I think it's really important to, excuse me, I think it's really important to have and continue to learn and grow and increase your knowledge base, increase what's in between here. I talked about personal value, which is something I got from the Magnetic Sponsoring Author. That's another book that I read, and by Mike Dillard. And, you know, and I think about that as I'm reading books, as I'm reading things, as I'm researching, as I'm learning and growing. And I want to always be learning and growing so that I can then turn around and pass that information on to someone else to help them. So basically, did I fool anybody? Did you think that it would be reading? Did you think that it would be reading books or doing research, or, you know, like that, you know, so that you can continue to grow what's up here? Because people are truly, it's one of the major things that people are attracted to. Now, there, of course, are a lot of other things. I just didn't want to go into those points. I wanted to stick with this point because I want you to remember it and know that reading certain books will just increase what you already have up here and help you to better understand what it is that you've been trying to understand all along. And now you can. And you can also share that with others. So hopefully the, you know, keeping it quiet for a little bit wasn't too bad for you. Hopefully you got some value from this. Reading is, they used to say, reading is fundamental. Reading is really, really important. It really grows you. It really stretches you. It teaches you different things that you didn't know, that you weren't aware of. So basically, that is all that I had for today. As I said earlier, I will have information on the video when it's downloaded in the comment section for the free training series that I started with when I started in this arena of, you know, being online and, you know, being a business builder. And remember, I'm right with you. I'm out there in the trenches building my business every day, continuing to learn and grow. And I have mentorship that I have invested in, and that is also helping me to grow, helping me to reach out and to get, you know, more in tune to what it is that I'm doing and who it is that I'm trying to help and the people that I really truly want to serve. So that information will be on the video. And so let me go over some housekeeping things really quick. Remember to keep your notifications on so you know when I'm going live. Remember that we're still walking through the stuff we're walking through, and it seems like there are being some resurgences with the variant or whatever. And so please keep you, your family, your friends, and others safe. I follow the CDC guidelines. I have since this inception of this stuff. And also, there are people out there that are isolated. So a text message, phone call, email, or even getting them on a Zoom might really brighten their day. And for us who pray, please continue to lift us and our world in prayer as we continue to walk through these times, as we continue to learn and grow, and and do well. And we are going to come out on the other side the better for all that we go through. We learn, we grow, we uh, deal with the change, and we adapt. So I have no doubts that we're going to do that. So wherever you are in the world, no matter what time it is for you, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, sleepy time, always make it the best that you can make it. Always be the best that you can be. God bless you. God keep you. And I will see you again tomorrow for another topic. And let's see where we can lead to continue to help you to learn things, to help me, to help you, to serve you, to give you what it is that you truly need. So talk soon. Bye now.